So let's look at
Sit.
what you really want to accomplish with him, right? You want a little bit more
Down.
obedience.
Down. Stay.
And you've had him for how long?
Almost 3.
Years?
Yeah, he'll
Okay.
be 3 in March. He's just so excited.
Yeah. So it's this excitement that we want to kind of contain, right?
Yeah.
But by letting him drag you around, he's kind of controlling the
Sit down.
excitement.
Down. Stay there.
Okay.
Stay.
So a couple
Wait.
things. One is the prong collar is way too loose on him,
Yeah, I figured that.
right? So that's not really an effective means of communication with him right now. You would need to tighten that up and put it.
Sit down. Like here, right?
Yeah, and I would probably take at least a link or two out of it. Okay, and the other thing I would probably do is, I know you're mainly
Sit.
focused on your recall with him, right? Like trying to get him the come command.
To not go after dogs.
But
He's okay if it's me and him in the yard. He's very obedient. Even in my neighborhood, if there's no dogs around. But like, I haven't brought him to a park in a long time, so.
well, I mean,
Sit.
he kind of checks out a lot, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's
he-
really just not paying attention to you. So before I even introduce the dogs or a distraction, or which I'll start with something else before I start with a dog, I want to see about getting him dialed more into you.
Come. Sit. 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 Quiet. Wait. Leave it. Focus. Focus. Okay.
So do you want me to give you suggestions on what I
Yeah.
would do differently?
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
Okay. So a couple of things you're doing. One is I think you're just kind of dragging them around on the prong collar and without building a reason for that desire. And we're going to do a half hour, and then you can kind of hang out with the class, put them in the car, watch and stuff. And then we'll do another session either this week or next week.
Okay.
Because you need to build a much more dynamic, you have a really dynamic dog, and you're kind of, your whole energy to him is stop it, lie down, sit, and his personality is just, you're just trying to squash something that's just going to come out another end, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to start with, I'm going to just put him on a different collar, a different line, which is going to be a little bit longer here, right? So we're going to hook this up and then we're going to unhook this. So now we've got a lot more distance, right?
Okay.
And what I want you to focus on is put some of those cookies in your pocket. Do you have a pocket there?
Yeah.
Okay. And all the stuff he's doing is really based on, you can call it dominance, but essentially he's blowing you off. You can call it whatever word you want. He's sniffing there, he's peeing there, he's scratching his feet, he's doing whatever. If you tell a dog to leave it, like if I put something on the ground and I say leave it, and then a minute later I say take it, then leave it means just leave it temporarily and decide when you're going to get it, right? My leave it means you're not going to get it. So with him at that distance to you, what I want to do is teach him the importance of being closer to you. Training your dog doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, it should be fun. When training is fun for both you and your dog succeeds and you enjoy training. That is what I've developed into my online dog training. Whether you're looking for advanced problem solving, some basic obedience, or competitive obedience and tricks, whether you're dealing with aggression, problem solving like jumping on people, leash pulling, or anything else, my online dog training covers exactly that. There are more than 170 lessons, more than 60 hours of instruction designed to help you better understand your dog and solve the problems that plague you now. Join the thousands of people who have developed a better relationship with their dog through my online dog training, right? You'll never teach him the importance of being closer to you if, when he's close to you, you're hammering on him. You'll teach him the importance of being close to you if you do, his name's Whiskey, right? If I can be as far away from him as possible, like here, Whiskey. Whiskey. Hey, 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 hey. Atta boy. Here. Hey, Whiskey. So there. The relation you have with him needs to be more clear. It needs to be more authoritarian, right? But most importantly, it needs to be fair. And right now it's not. He's really confused. Like he's hiding behind you. Like what am I supposed to do? If I take my dog out and say, here, he comes. Because there's the clear picture that if you're over there and I say here, that area becomes uncomfortable and all pressure comes off next to me. So now this is on what level? Your e-collar.
15, 8, 16.
Okay, so let me just see it. I just want to see, but take it off. I just want to see how he responds. Okay, just walk away from him. Walk over this way. So if he's seeing this dog, the main issue is going to be to get him to leave that dog alone.
Okay.
Say his name.
Whiskey, come.
And if you whisper it any more quietly, he won't hear it. It's a command, not a request. Whiskey, come.
Okay.
Right? He's going to go on that intonation.
Good boy.
Okay, good. And now save some treats because you're going to need them because you're going to see this dog.
I got a few.
Okay, I can go get some more in a minute. Okay, walk away, call him.
Whiskey, come. Good boy.
Okay, I'm at 15. I'm going to go up a little tiny bit because he's distracted. Walk away from him. Good, pay him.
Good boy.
Good. But I want you to every time reinforce whiskey, come. Every single time.
Okay.
Right? So walk this way. Good. Just stop for a second. Okay. Good. So now let's work a little bit of obedience because he's not going after that dog, right? So you're going to tell him, whiskey, sit.
Whiskey, sit. Good.
And I don't want to put more pressure on than he needs to come back, right? If I let him run over that way and I have him on a flat collar or a prong collar, whatever, he's going to hit the end of that leash with all his might. I want to stop him with a little of my might with the e-collar. So you saw that he went over there, he didn't listen, and I held this and he got against it and then he pressured him. Call him.
Whiskey, come.
Good. Okay.
Should I pay him?
Not yet. Call him again.
Whiskey, come. Whiskey, come.
Okay, so the way I'm using the e-collar, and I want to make sure when you watch the video you'll see it. I have it on 24, okay? When he goes over there and you say whiskey, come, I start pushing this button and I hold it.
Hold it, okay.
Until he turns and comes to you, then I turn it off. Then when he stops and goes back there, I push it again. So he needs to see that's the negative, this turns it off. And there's a lot less pressure on him with this because if in the beginning I might walk over and say to him, watch your step to, you're kind of tangled. Like if he's going to that dog and I'm trying to get him to redirect going, hey, whiskey, 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 that's not working, right? So the next thing I can do is I can try it with a ball. But the point is I'm not always going to have a ball or a treat with me. I'm always going to have this with me. And this will teach him that irrespective of any luring or bribes, I can still enforce the come. I want to work him at the lowest level. And he's pushing through a lot. He pushed through a lot on the prong collar.
Yeah.
But what I need him to get is not, you see the dog and I'm going to go latch it and I'm going to fry you and you're going to scream. That's not going to solve anything. What's going to solve something is you're there and this is kind of tapping you on the shoulder going, hey, Lizette, I'm talking to you. Right? Don't see, you stopped looking over there and you looked at me. So that's what I need him to get. We got to do this in stages. It's too much to ask him to come and stay and not do anything. Right now, I just need him to not pay attention to that dog, and these are two big dominant dogs, right? Whiskey, come.
Whiskey, come. Whiskey, come. Whiskey, come.
Good, perfect. We're gonna go up a little higher.
Good boy. Whiskey, come.
Okay, back up. Now he should follow. And the peeing is dominant, call him.
Whiskey, come.
Good, off, on, off, good. And all I want right now is this experience for another couple minutes and I'm gonna put him away.
Okay.
That's a half hour of good experiences and you allowing him to be away from you and teaching him that being next to you, there's no expectations. Just don't be a jerk, right? That's it. So I can get him a little closer. Let's walk closer. And this is a controlled environment. He's got control over his dog. His dog is on a leash, right? That's what I want. Okay, now he's not, if he goes ahead of you, walk backwards. Just whiskey come.
Whiskey, come.
Perfect. 100%.
Good boy.